Hello guys, welcome back to another Wednesday night camping live chat. How is everyone? Or nobody, as the case may be, just at this minute. Oh, that light's a bit crap. Let me just change that for everybody. I can find my plug. That's a better light, I think. There we are. How is everybody then? Hope everyone had a good week, recovering from the overindulgence, maybe getting out doing a bit of exercise. I know I have been. Dropped about 5 pounds this week, 7 pound the week before. Already I've dropped about 10 centimeters off my waist. So let me just try and find us on YouTube so I can see if there's any live chat going on. Anybody? Who we got? Just 2 in the house. We've got nobody that said hello. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, 2 viewers. That's not bad, is it? This has been a slow start tonight. Now we've got 3. Come on, reveal yourselves. Let me see who we've got in there in the house. It's a bit hard to talk when I don't know who I'm talking to or who's there. Oh, we've lost a viewer. Box Cartway. You're the first one. Well done. Well done to you. I forgot what I've done is I forgot to advertise it in the. Forgot to advertise the chats was on in the WhatsApp. So there we are. Yeah, everything's all going good. Michael Sanderson, nice to see you, bud. Welcome to the chat tonight. And I'm just turning off the phone. I'm still live streaming off the phone. Still not back at the computer yet. How are you, Michael? How's your week been? I've been a little bit under the weather actually, so I nearly forgot about the chat tonight. That's why it's not been advertised. It was only about 6 o'clock that I realised. I'm enjoying the walking. I've not been for a couple of days, you know. I think what it is that, you know, because I'm having a bit of a diet change. I've just seemed to be really, really struggling for energy at the minute. And I did the first few days at about 4 miles, and then I went to about 7 miles on the 3rd day. And I just got a little bit of just a little pain in the ankle. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying not to push it so I can continue it. I don't want to get to the stage where I push it too much and then can't walk, you know. So I'd rather just take it in little steps and little stages and stick to it than not. But yeah, I think I've lost like I say 10 centimeters across the waist, 7 straight around the gut. Actually was 1 centimeter bigger on my calf, but yeah, what I was doing is I just took a measurements of all my body, of like, just so I can see where it's coming off. Because when I was doing a lot of walking before and I started losing weight before, I couldn't tell myself, you know. A few people said I lost a bit of weight in the face, but obviously when you're as big as me, it's hard. You still look big. Even if I lost a stone, I'd still look big. So I wanted to see where it was coming off. So that's what I've done, just measured myself. But I don't know, I think we had a bit of a spot of rain yesterday, and then that's it where we are. But that's the first time this year we've had any rain. So, you know, I know my luck, I'll get right into it, and then there'll be a foot of snow on the ground, and it'll make it a bit more tricky and a bit less enjoyable to get out. But we'll see. It is funny looking at these screens. I've got one screen here on my phone, which is about a second out. So my lips are still, if I'm looking at the screen, my lips are still moving after I've stopped. And then the screen on the computer behind it is about 7 seconds out, which is really put me off. Here we go. We're getting a few people in the house now. We've got 4 people watching. Teach me not to teach me not to advertise it, won't it? Not put it in the WhatsApp or whatever. That's better, a bit better view there. So who else we got then? Oh, we've dropped a viewer. I wonder if the troll comes back. Creative redundancy. Hey, Woodland Camp and Craft. Happy New Year, mate. And hello, side chat. What do we call it? Do we call it creative redundancy, or we've got a proper name? Yeah, we've got normally have a few more people in the chat, but I forgot to advertise it tonight. So yeah, it'll pick up when the word gets around in about 5 minutes, though, I would imagine. We've got Owen here now, Albion Camping. He'll put it in the WhatsApp for me and let everyone know we're live. Although people should be, I've not let any, well, last 6 weeks, I think we've had, apart from the Christmas day, I think we've had a live chat every week. So people should hopefully start getting back into the swing of things and know the live chats are coming. Try building your fitness up before you try losing weight. Yeah, that's the problem. I've gone teetotal with alcohol as well, so it's a little bit of everything, you know. I'm putting my body through a fair bit of stress, you know, exercising, eating right, and no booze. So that's why I think I've just lacked a bit of energy, maybe a bit of vitamins as well. You may call me CR, creative, the one that creates. Look, it all works for me. CR will do fine. CR. Sorry, we're late. Had an emergency. Uh-oh. Go from Zoe. Wild Camps. What's going on there? Brendan Allen. Here we go. Where people are coming in now. Yeah, thanks, Owen. Thanks for that. Hope the emergency is not horrible. Emergency. Maybe it's just like didn't have enough booze in the hand or something. Jorvik Outdoors, yo, we've got Big Lee up in the house. A bit of a shock to the system when it's back to work, isn't it, Lee? When Lily went back to school, 7 o'clock in the morning was a shock to the system. I don't think I've only seen one 10 o'clock the whole Christmas break at night. I've not seen it in the morning. But yeah, so yeah, I think I'm going to get some multivitamins. And just see if that helps with a little bit of energy and a little bit of motivation, a little bit of a, I don't know, I hit the wall already. It sounds bad after the first week, then it hitting the wall, but it was just like, boof, yeah, hit the wall. Can't wait till the next chance I get to actually go camp out. Boxcar, Willie, if you get your fitness up, the rest will happen naturally. Too much change and your body will shut down. Yeah, I think that's it. But like I say, it's got to be. I am a little bit all or nothing. Obviously, I didn't get to this size being all. It was all nothing. Killer, when that alarm went off at 5:30, I've been sleeping until 9:30, 10. And yeah, me too. Yeah, there was a shock. You know when you hit the alarm and swear it like like it's your worst enemy. That's what it was like. Where do you watch the thing? What do you like? Someone broke a. We'll explain later. Yeah, I'll look that up in a bit. Yes, I'm glad it's not me though. That will happen. I'll get a bad sprain, or there'll be a foot of snow on the ground, and it'll just set me back. And then I really want to get to April. We're doing well. Yeah, we've got a bit of a. Good evening, dear people of the world, says my brother from another mother, Paul, Prep Nomad. I've been missing you in the chat, Paul. I wonder where you've gone. You not normally like to sit around on a Wednesday in the chat. We've been going for a few weeks now, bud, and Yeah, I wondered where you got to. I wish it was spring or April too. Lots of snow now. Yeah, we've got nothing here at the minute where we are in the UK, but it has been forecast, so we'll have a look. I'll be really tempted to get out in the snow, to be honest. I've never done a hammock camp in the snow, and I think it would be pretty cool. Just got here yourselves. Ruben's Chronicles, evening all. Andy Kent Survival, howdy ho. Evening to everyone that's coming in. Hope we're all well. Yeah, I'm good, Paul. I hope you are too, brother. Hope we ain't lost you to the life of gaming. I'm sure at the back end of your last video, I'm sure there was just a few minutes of Call of Duty or something on the back end of your last video. I've already lost Wayne to gaming. Never see him hardly anymore. Although he did come out last camp, to be fair, last end of December, he come out for a couple. No, yeah, come out for a night. It's quite cold out. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll not be hammock camping at -20. That's for sure. I think we did about -9 once with a wind chill of about -11. That was about the limits of hammock camping, I think. You know, when you're a bit cold under your back. I won't want to go much colder than that. Good tell, Paul. Managed to get through Xmas without getting that cold. Yeah, I was the same. I think I said it last chat, Lee. It was, I think it's the first year in about 5 years that I've not got the cold all the way through. All the way through. Yeah, Paul says he's loving gaming. Jorvik says he's addicted to Skyrim. How's it going on? Good evening to you. Welcome to the chat tonight. It's one thing to camp out with a fire, but totally different without heaters and such. Yeah, I think what we did is we just there was 4 people camping, me, Lily, and two other blokes, and we had 2 long fires going. So we had a hammock at either side of a long fire each. But yeah, you know, the front end of you was cold, and the back, or the side that was facing the wind or whatever, the side that was facing away from the fire was cold. It's just I try and get these thermal mats and everything else, but being a fatty, I just seem to go through. I seem to these air mats and that, even the thermal ones, and they never seem to last more than one trip. Lee says, Paul, that time we were sat outside vans at the lake, it was -5 most of the day and night, wasn't it? I think when we was in the Lake District last year now, April last year, I think that got down to about -2 or 3. That was cold, but we was in the tents, but it wasn't. It's one of them, as soon as you leave the fire, you know about it. Gillian Smith, hi all. I was freezing that one. I'm walked to snow. Don't mind the cold, it's the wet we hate. Yeah, I don't mind the cold, it's just there is a cut-off point for me though with it, especially with the way I like to camp hammock camping. If you're on the ground and you've got like some insulation and that underneath you, but it's a lot harder to get you know, firmly insulated in a hammock. If it was -10, I don't think I'd bother. It was a nice spot. It could well be when we go in April this year, it'll be the same spot again. But there's just there's so many in the Lake District, so many places where we can camp. You know, it's pretty cheap. It's just whether we can have a little fire pit or not, that thing. that one that me and Prep Nomad went to, I still love it. I'll still go there any day, any holiday. I'd still go back and go back to Barrow. It was a lovely spot right next to the river. Then when we was leaving, we went for a swim in the Doe, and it was nice. Camping without a fire is just surviving, no fun. I used to be like that. I used to really pro fire. I tried to bake camper on the fire really, but now this year with losing weight and that, I do want to get up in the hills and see some cloud inversions and some shooting stars and the Milky Way and all that kind of stuff. So I think I've got to be in the dark and up the hills to get my best chances of seeing that sort of stuff. Cheers with me coffee. Yeah, Lee was looking for his keys and it was in his pocket, in one of his coat pockets. Nobby, all right, Nobby. I've only seen part 1 of your video, Nobby. I liked it. I've seen Bruce's. It was a good video, good banter. Some questionable food mind. Forgot about Lee's key incident. Just a picture of the rope swing. Oh, that was crazy, Paul. How you'd throttle a kid then, I never know. In fact, I was talking, where was it? I think I was talking to Gareth about it last week because we was mentioning like potential camps and stuff. And I said, yeah, some kid just swinging above Paul's head. But it was a nice spot though, wasn't it, Paul? It was literally at the foot of a mountain, literally. There was just like a flat plain at the bottom of a mountain. It was just like a campsite there. You was that close to the mountain. When you were sat on your camping chair and looking up, you were straining your neck. Nearly went up. But she, like, when I was on about having a fire pit to Gareth, I said she allowed barbecues, but nothing, wasn't allowed a flame. And someone had put a few extra lumps of wood on a barbecue and had a flame, and she was straight over. She was straight over, put the fire out. An hour drive down in the van, yeah. And we did it a few times and all, didn't we? I consider it cold out when I have to wear like 5 or 6 layers of clothing and 3 or 4. Just imagine me with 5 or 6 layers on. I'd be like the bloody Michelin man, wouldn't I? Yeah. So I'm guessing you're Canada or Northern USA then, CR. I consider it cold when my bits get short of 5 inches. I'd like to see 5 inches. This emoji says it all. Yep, it does. It's on my bucket list. I will be over there at some point. I've done Sweden, done Norway. Canada's the next one. Alaska maybe. Then New Zealand. They're the 3 biggies I want. 3 biggies. Only like New Zealand because there's no snakes. I think I had 6 layers on in -40. I don't think the UK's ever seen -40. Maybe Scotland. I think it was. Gotta go, guys. Later. Thanks for dropping in quickly, Nobby. All helps the algorithms. I can remember one Christmas. One winter I was about 4, so probably about 86. And when my mum opened the back door, there was just a wall of snow. It must have all drifted all up. And she opened the door, and there was just a door. And yeah, it was an outside toilet jobby in the old house. I'll never forget that. Not sure Paul's struggling with free filming time at the Mo. CR, just sub to you. You've got a good old following. We'll catch up later. I didn't realise he had a proper channel. I'll have to just go over there now and drop a sub as well. Go to channel. 1.58k followers, exactly the same as me, 1.58k. I don't know why YouTube have changed that to 1.58k. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, you've been live streaming as well. Well, I'll drop you a sub, and then I'll just copy that link in there, and I'll just post the link in there. There we go. You're a live streamer too. God, so you know my pain sometimes when I'm trying to struggle for stuff to say. So, you're not banned low with your tin tent comments. Yeah, Paul mentioned caravans. How dare Paul mention caravans? Gareth hates the caravans. You may see a hell of a lot of cold and winter stuff. Good. Give me some practice. I'll go check it out. Just as well you can't tow on your license. You'd have one. I'm unsure whether I can. When I pass my my bus license, my driving license now says where is it? A driver's license says trailer, but it's I don't know if it's trailer just on the bus. I know I'm only allowed up to 700 kilograms, but I don't know if that's in a car as well or just on a bus. I'm unsure. I'm gonna have to check it out. But not that I'll be towing a car anyway. I've got my camper van, but jumbo mitts. I was quite insulted. Wobble boxes. I always said Zoe's a Carlin influence. Doesn't it say trash dealer? Ruben's Chronicles, Grockles go on holiday in a Grockle shed. Yeah, I won't mind. I still owe my uncle. A night out in the van, and I'm just waiting for the snow. And I'll take him up the Peak District somewhere, and you know, just sit by the van, get my wood burning stove out, and just sit around that. Obviously, not have a proper fire, and you know, watch the snow fall on the hills. But you just got to wait for the snow or hope it comes. Seems to be when we're getting the snow in the UK now. Oh yeah, the last camp I actually slept in the van, and I thought it was going to be a lot colder than what it was, but we ended up just having a summer bag in the van. So I think the insulation's a bit. I was unsure because I never did the insulation how good it would be, you know. I watch a couple of lads from Canada and Alaska. They go to Skidoo and go 30 miles into the wilderness and stay for weeks. Great channel. Yeah, well, this is what surprised me about. Remember when Joe Rubinette was first in Alone a few years ago? I'd seen him hike far into the forest, you know, far into the wilderness, and spend a week in there. And you know, he hikes in with his stuff on a sledge and everything. And then he got to Vancouver Island, and then he was gone in a couple of days. He just, I don't know, I just don't think his head was in it. I've seen him do longer on it for a YouTube video, you know. And then he had a chance of like, well, he's got fame anyway, I suppose, but he had a chance of you know, winning the show and, you know, winning a fat check and everything else. And then 3 or 4 days, I think it was, and he was out. Like I say, I've seen it. I couldn't believe it. I was watching him, you know, watching him do a week at the time, and he hiked in with snowshoes or skis, and I mean, I know he lost his ferro rod, but he should have been clever enough, you know. He should have been clever enough that he could have kept a fire going. I seen all them amateurs on Bear Grylls Survival Island thingy, you know. They just built the fire and then built a shelter over the fire, and that's all he needed to do. But he lost his head, he lost his fire, he lost his ferro rod, and then he thought of home. And his daughter was young then. I think she was only like a toddler. thought about his daughter, thought about his woman, and that's it. Home he went. I would have liked, you know, I would have liked to see him go a bit further. You know, if it would have, what I would have liked to have seen was that he'd gone for it, and then if he did lose his fire and he totally lost any chance of making a fire, you know, then go home. But when he left, when he decided to go, he still had a fire going. It just a little bit threw in the towel a little bit early, but he was a nice lad. He was a good lad. Thought of home and off he went. He did better than that copper. I think that copper went on the first night, didn't he? And I think there's been a few series now, but I only ever watched that first series. And I think Brown Bear, on the one side of the top was the bloke, and on the other side of the top was the bear. He was like, nope. Bet he has hundreds of fur rods now. I bet he does. Yeah. But to be fair as well, I mean, I know the water was cold. He could have, the water was, he still had a fire going, and he, you know, even if he took his socks and shoes off and in the water, I mean, he'd give up on the, like, no, that's it, home. Yeah, I bet loads of people sent him one, sent him Pharaoh Woods. That's how easy it is, though. That's how easy it is, you know. Tiny little bit complacent and then done. That's probably a good topic, actually. A good topic for the chat tonight. Has anyone actually lost any kit? I'm sure someone asked Gareth and Zoe on the G&Z questions, but has anyone actually lost any kit while they've been out? When I was a couple of years, I hadn't buckled up my multi-tool Gerber Bear Grylls one, and considering it was Gerber and Bear Grylls, it was actually really good. It was like a spring-loaded one as well. Do you know, like most multi-tools, and you have to, you know, open them and close them with your hand. But it was spring-loaded, and it was sentimental. Someone brought me it for my birthday and whatever. It was only 45 quid, but I went. It was basically a straight, like 3 miles, 4 miles to the car. No, probably about 2 miles actually, to the car, straight track. And I went up and down there 2 or 3 times. I couldn't find the bloody thing. Couldn't see it I got up first thing in the morning as well. First light, went and had a look. Nope. But that's the only thing I've really lost, apart from the odd tent peg or, you know, silly things, carabiner or something. Only a spoon, I think, and a pan. I think I lost your pan at Edale, didn't I? One of your old vintage pans as well. I'm sorry about that. Lost my brand new tents bag on its first outing. I've lost 2 batteries, in fact. Last camp, I've lost 2 DSLR batteries. I think I've checked all over the house, all everywhere they could be. I think they're inside my Arctic sleeping bags. Do you know, like they've got the 2 inner pockets in the sleeping bag? I reckon I must have chucked the batteries in there to keep them warm with me at night, and I think they're in the sleeping bag. So when I get my sleeping bag out, I'm expecting or hoping to find a spare batteries in there. Full wets to bed. Oh, what's just gone there? I've just lost the screen. I tried to minimize losing stuff. Yeah, like putting tools back into cases or sheath. Kev lost all his clothes once. I've lost all my clothes on a few camps. That's why they call me Naked Kev. Well, that's why Gareth calls me Naked Kev anyway. How important it can be. Word me there, Jeansy. Forgot about Great Balls of Fire till I saw your vid again the other day. Gotcha. My last camp, when the tree falling over freaked me out. Not me, but watched someone give a talk on their tent blown away on Ben Nevis, and then nearly lost their boots in the middle of the night. Lucky to be alive. Call me Naked Kev because of the big poster you sent me of yourself. Love it. You loved it too. But I bet it's on your bedroom ceiling, isn't it? So when you go to bed at night, you're just looking up, looking at Kev. Do you guys make charcloth in the woods when you go out? Yeah, I have to make a, well, I don't make a camp for it, but I'll often go and make like a year supply on one camp, if that makes sense. So when I'm going, I'll just take like a full, I usually make it out of denim or cotton, so like a full t-shirt or a full pair of jeans. And then when I'm at camp, I'll just, all the way through camp, I'll just keep charring off my thingy and you know, basically have enough cloth for the year then. Andy says, pick so it didn't happen. Forgot about that poster. Paul got one too. Zoe just tweeted at us. Sorry, Zoe. Boys will be boys. We do tell fibs, make shit up. If I'm planning a campfire, I'll bring my chart in. Well, most of nearly every single woodland camp that we have will have a fire. You know, I won't have any means to cook. I don't take stoves or little fireboxes out to the woods. But yeah, like I say, I like to do mine in batches. But then, you know, I say for a year, but it's only really for like 6-7 months. The rest of the year, it'll just be birch bark or coal fungus, you know, something like that. Or even just fat wood. There's plenty of pine forest where we are. I've not actually charred punk wood, you know. It's always been cloth. I've not actually charred it. Might give me a little idea to do for a next video. I've actually made char cloth with solar before, usually in the summer though. That'll be interesting to watch. Char cloth with solar. I've still got around 50% success rate with char cloth. The other 50% I make coal. Yeah, I think sometimes we can overstack the char tins, you know, like when you're chucking a little tin in. Or if it's not like a good quality denim or a good quality cotton, it's you can get it where it's a bit brown in the middle, you know, where it's not proper got all the gases out or whatever it is spelling out. Yeah, Gareth's just saying the same as what I've just said about the fabric. Buckaroo. Naked Twister. Naked Twister would be funny. When I see jeans or denim used or old, I see more chocolate waiting to be made. Well, I've got a rapidly growing daughter, so every time she outgrows a pair of jeans or whatever, they just go in my shed in a bag, and I think, yeah, I'm going to make chocolate out of them, or all of our old t-shirts. But sometimes if they're like this, if they've got like a pattern on, like a sticky pattern, that won't be good for charring either. It'll just stick everything in the middle. So not many of you have said about losing much kit then. That's good. I'm surprised no one said they've lost the full setup when they've been at some sort of festival and got wasted. Yeah, I lost my full setup. To be fair, has anyone ever walked around them festivals after they've finished? We have like a festival called Party in the Pines. So it's like a festival in the forest. And then when they've left, like most of the lads just go and, get loads of chairs and stoves and even full tents and everything. Saves them being scrapped, doesn't it? Andy says, I usually forget to take stuff rather than lose it. I was bad at that before I got the van, and now I've basically got nearly a spare of everything in the van. So unless I'm on a hike, if I'm just in the woods, I can just walk back to the van. Then I'm called for pouches as well. Seen a few setups lost on the hillside or dumped. Yeah, I seen the biggest tent. Like you boys see my tent at Edale. We climbed up to the top of Helvellyn one. Well, not the summit of Helvellyn, but Red Tarn. And there was a full, big, massive tent, absolutely brand new. And it was just laid down. Someone had carried it up there and not carried it back. It must have been a £500 tent. And I thought, who does that? Who would do that? If we had all our camping kit and all our photography kit, or we would have carried it. But when we worked it out, it was going to be like an extra, I don't know, another 9 to 10 kilos each person to carry it down. I avoid just putting things down on the ground. Yeah, that's the thing as well in the forest. Like you buy everything like a Baco Laplander or anything you buy, and it's all forest colours as well. So when you put it down, if you ain't got like a bright lanyard on it, it's can easily go. Make everything colours blend in, don't they? Look natural, and then you put it down, you've lost it. Been playing with my winter kit last couple of days, trying to shave some grams off, make it easy. It's really hard. I saw Ian's mate sadly passed away. Oh, who's that? Yeah, Brendan's last camp, he forgot his knife and fork. Solar ignition. Be a solar lens, I would imagine, or a magnifying lens. Who's Ian's mate? Oh, Derek Okora. £500 tent. It was massive. It was one of the tents that had like a massive living room and then 3 bedrooms. It was you could like we obviously we had all our hiking tents, but they're basically like a coffin, aren't they? A hiking tent is like a coffin. You can just lay in it. You can't. My hiking tent, I can't even sit up in it. So it was there. So we just say, oh, there was 3 lads, and then we just climbed in there out the rain. Had a little fire in there, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. You could smell it was new. You can smell, like a tent when it's all fresh and brand new. You could just tell it from the smell of it. It was brand new. It's like, yeah, the tents and that they just become disposable to people. It's just mad. Where's Dale tonight? Whoever his name was. Who's Derek Cora? Ghost bloke. Woods of Wisdom Bushcraft, evening all. I wonder if he knew he was dying. Sounds like you had a shocking time gardening. I will see. I'm not a bushcrafter per se. but I do go to the bush at times, and I do enjoy crafting. Yeah, I'm not a bushcrafter either. I'm like, I've been on some courses and done this and done all that, but it was only to. I'm a camper. I just like camping. I've just everything I've learned, whether it's self-taught from a friend or at professional level, just make camping easier for me. You know, make it more enjoyable, and yeah, that's that's what it's like for me. I do practice some skills, and I do do a bit of whittling and things like that to pass the time in front of the campfire on camp. But I'm not. Bushcrafting is like a lifestyle choice. It's not just when you go out camping. I know some proper true bushcrafters, and it's a way of life. It takes over the house at home. It's everything. It's not just to me. It's just I've learned a few skills just to make camping easier. That's it. Learn a few things about fires and do this and do that, and it just will make it better experience. Not bad, over 20 years and first electric cable. That's what the shocking experience was then. Must have mowed his cable. Me too, with camping. I tried some of these other things like learning knots. There's a taut line hitch. I'll use ferro rod and tripods with branches, and yeah, that's it. It's just to make camping more fun and easier, and that's what it is to me. Bushcrafting for proper bushcrafty people is just like I say. It takes over the whole life. It is the life. It's a way of life. But they probably wouldn't even call it bushcraft. They'll just probably call it self-sufficiency or just living. Chopped through some armoured cable, made a bit of a bang. At least they didn't bang you. At least your balls didn't blow off. That's a good film if anyone's what's it called? What's it called? I think it's called Charged. It was about a bloke called Eduardo Garcia, and he was he went hunting with a bow in Montana, and he climbed up the hills and he found a bear, and he was like, "What the hell's that?" So he went over to this bear. The bear wasn't moving. He got his knife out, touched the bear, and got electrocuted really bad, like so many tens of thousands of volts. Blew his testicles off, blew out the side of his head, blew out his wrists, blew out one of his legs, and he had to self-rescue. He was in Montana mountains, and he had to self-rescue, get down to a road where he can be rescued, and he had to have his balls amputated. He had to have one of his limbs on his leg amputated, his hand, and yeah, that was. I think someone had a homestead and left the live electric, so there was like a drum. This bear had gone over to the drum and touched the drum, and it killed the bear. And then he went and touched the bear. But you imagine it killed a big old grizzly, and it didn't kill him. So you can imagine the power if it killed a grizzly. But I think it's called Charged. It's a true story. But then while he's recovering, it shows you like his life carrying on, and yeah, he became a motivational speaker in schools and everything else. It was it was crazy. He went on to he was a chef when he got electrocuted. He was a chef on like luxury private yachts. He was a chef on one of them. But after all this had happened and he recovered, he went on like a TV celebrity chef. Like on, like, I don't know, what would you say on over here? Good Morning or something. Like on one of the morning shows. He was one of the celebrity chefs on TV. But yeah, through his recovery, he got cancer, and then he had to have his, he couldn't have kids, and it was just like, just leave the poor bloke alone. What more? What more can you do to a man? Just leave him. And it was a crazy story. But it's It's on. I think I'm not sure if it's on Amazon Prime or Netflix, but it's called. I think it's called Charged, the Eduardo Garcia story. It's well worth a watch. You know, I like to hear these real life stories. Reminder to not do or things I would consider if it would happen to me or others. Oh, it was just the balls. The funniest thing was when he got electrocuted, right? He cheated on his girlfriend, and then he got electrocuted, and they were separated, but they were still best of friends, even though they were separated, and even though he'd done the dirty on her, they were still the best of friends. So she was his next of kin. So it was actually her that had to sign his balls away. So she said on the show, "It's like, how good is this? How many women would love to be me? My boyfriend cheated on me, and it's me that's the one that gets to sign his balls away." But it was yeah, it was a crazy story. Me and Lily I didn't even know what it was. I just put it on one day. I thought sometimes I'll just watch like the first 5 minutes of a film, and if it's not for me, I'll turn it off. And I watched it with Lily. We were just engrossed. We were just glued to the telly, full of emotions, up and down, up and down. Just like just give this bloke a chance. Still got Glenn still got his Glenn has still got his safely in the wife's drawer. Yeah. But that's it. That's as easy as it can be. Just look at this bear. You think a bear's just died, and then touch it, and then boom. Uh-oh. The whole life's changed. Suddenly want bacon now. I wonder why. I was craving pizzas last night. That's what I was craving, pizza. I was like, oh man, pizzas. Pizza shop pizza. No, I forgot what I had. Oh, soup. Soup and bread. Want the same as a takeaway pizza. Maybe I should donate mine. I'm not using them for anything. I saw a big stack of cream eggs in shopping tonight. It was hard to resist. Hey, when we went shopping I had to pop out on Christmas Eve. They had all the Easter eggs on the crates, the wheelie crates in Tesco's, ready to put the Easter eggs out on Christmas Eve. It's like, bloody hell, you're in the wrong year. I'm not a massive fan of cream eggs. Yeah, I want bacon, but don't fancy sprouts. Well, I don't know. I never really ate a lot of sprouts over Christmas. I should have done. I only had 3 or 4. I normally have them in bubble and squeak and all sorts of stuff. If I saw a bear, one of the last things I would think of is poking it with a knife. Yeah, but he was an experienced outdoorsman. Obviously, he was a hunter as well. He had everything drawn, you know what I mean? And you sort of know that when you approach a bear, as soon as he hears you, he'll be turning around and, it would have been funny. It probably would have got off better, more likely, if the bear was alive and just attacked him. Cream eggs been sold in Fort William at Xmas. What would you poke it with? I don't know. I would have maybe thrown a stick at it from ages away, but cattle prod. I don't know. When you see how fast that bears can climb, you've got no chance. I just stand there, and just growl at it. It's a good idea, isn't it? I should not lose any more weight, then I can still scare bears away. Always poke bears with a stick. Yeah, but you don't want to aggravate it. It was pretty confident it was dead. Let's put it that way. It didn't just go, "Oh, look, a bear's laying down." It could have been asleep or hibernating. It was, he was screaming at it, shouting at it, and hey bear, and he was pretty confident it was dead. But what he wasn't confident, what he didn't know about was when he was going to get a bolt. straight out his testicles. Lesson learned, let sleeping bears lie. Bear molester. We should get it. We should get it. Remember when we was at Edale and Big John had the screen on the side of the van? There was watching the karaoke hits on the side of the van. We should do the same. We should put charged on when we're in the woods, just at the side of someone's big tarp or something. You have to poke it with slowly, and if someone tried to hurry you, tell them to bear with you. I think the moral of the story is leave bears alone. Yeah, I would not. Here in the UK, we don't have nothing that concerns us, you know. I think the worst we have to deal with is ticks. You know, or cows when Paul's asleep in his hammock, you know, trying to eat his guy lines or something. But yeah, these horrible big snakes and big spiders and bears and mountain lions and all that stuff. Yeah, we're lucky, really. That's one of the reasons I want to do New Zealand, because they ain't got snakes. Someone was offering me last week to go right on the edge of the national forest in not national forest, the National Nature Reserve. A friend of mine has bought a couple of apartments in a complex, and it's right on the nature reserve. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to come across, Kev, and spend a few days in the apartment, then you can go off in the wilderness if you want?" I was like, "What? They've got black bears and everything all up there. I really don't know what I'm doing." I'll be wiping my knife on my leg. It's got bacon juice on it. And when I wake up in the middle of the night in my hammock, there'll be a bear just gnawing on my leg. Bloody badgers. Cows, they give us issues. I've been bitten by a 200-pound dog, so anything bigger I would totally avoid. Once bitten, twice shy, as they say. Yep. Biggest animal that kills people in the UK apparently is a bee. Anaphylactic shock. Can understand that. I know they've just put wolves and lynx back in Scotland, haven't they? It'll be a good couple of 100 years though before they migrate down to the east coast of England here. The wasps are just horrible. There's no place on earth for wasps, midges, and mosquitoes. Serve no purpose other than just to annoy humans. Not biggest, but most deaths, then cows. They've relieved the lynx. I didn't think they approved it yet. I think it was over a year ago. I think we had a year off on the chats, and I think it was before the chat stopped that they'd done it. One of my friends who works for Woodland Ways, he was a big ambassador for it. 3 years later, I still have a mark on me. I was very happy. Ooh, that was a big dog. Not the wolves. I think lynx, not wolves yet. All right. Have they put wolves? Apparently not. Apparently not, Box Cartway. They've not put the wolves back in, but it is on the cards. They are supposed to be reintroducing them. No thanks to wolves. With regard to wolves, I think it's more all the scary movies you make of them. When we went to Sweden, there was a chance of wolves when we went to Sweden, and I was a bit edgy, not knowing, because it was a bit out of my comfort zone. But from everyone I've ever spoke to about it, even if you hear them, you should think yourself lucky. You'll never see them, but if you hear them, and I think it's like the Jaws movie. Like, how many people are scared to go swimming past like the waist in the water because of the Jaws movies? I think it's the movies and Hollywood that's over. Made people's fears worse. I heard the wolves in Sweden. Jammy git. Late that night was really nice. I was on an island. Yeah, we stopped on a few of them islands. Same lake. We didn't hear them. Because on that lake in Ed, if you go up to the northwest corner, you actually cross the Norway border, and you actually go into the Norway Nature Reserve. It's classed as that's their Norway, the Wolves Nature Reserve. But yeah, we never even heard them. But like I said, I was just saying, you're actually lucky if you hear them. We did see a deer though. A deer was trapped. A young deer was trapped in the lake when we was there. It was if it lost its life, it was going to be on the campfire. Need to rewild the country to sort the deer out. That's been a topic of debate for ages. Everyone's saying, "No, I'm shooting deer," but they'll. I think, what is it? I'm sure if it's like more than 9 deer by so many per acre squared, that the old malnutrition. People don't understand this. All the people in the cities and all doing this and all doing that, they don't realise that they have to be called to save them. People are the danger in most parts of the world. Yeah, 100% agree with that. Just putting the boy to bed. Be right back. No, there's no wolves. I asked at Landmark Wildlife Park, Scotland. They reckon it will never happen. No. Elsewhere, the beavers ecosystem, and they introduced beavers in areas. Here and fixed some flood areas already. Nice. Bovril. All right, mate. Hope you're good. It's Dave. Changed my name. You pointed out to me last week that I sounded from a different country. I know they wanted to put them on a 50-acre estate, but they said they need a larger area to give prey animals a fair chance. They have a habit of biting off ears and faces of sleeping people. What, wolves? I'd not fancy camping with wolverine. It'd be like I Am Legend. Yeah, but I've seen survival movies. There was one on the other day. I think it was called 7 Days or something like that. Some snowboarder went off piste, and he come face to face with a pack of wolves. He was there. He was about dead, and they just went on the way, just left him. I think it's scaremongering. I think it's like Hollywood scaremongering. I suppose if they're like any animal, if they're absolutely starving, then you might be in trouble. It's like people that swim with sharks. But if a shark was absolutely starving, then you might be in trouble. But pack split to keep the woodland going. Yeah. I'd rather take my chances with wolves than some other people running around here, me and all. Yeah, too many movies are just made them like hyper aggressive and stuff like that. Did Lee answer? Lee answer? Was it noses and ears? I suppose if you had a little tiny baby around, that'd be the time was worried about wolves. If there was like someone had a little toddler or something, that'd be the only time I'd worry, because they might see that and think, yeah. I think there was a famous true story about that as well. Someone had some coyotes had took a baby out of someone's back garden once. CR, sorry that I have to slip out and chat. People, was nice to reconnect to share stories with you all. No worries. We should be back again next week at 8 p.m. UK time if you're around. And yeah, nice chatting with you. Easy prey, foxes would be the same. The bloke who wanted to do it used to own MFI, but his neighbours complained. Got you. Like I say, if I was camping and there was a few of us and we'd been loud and there was a fire going on, I think they'd give you a wide berth. I don't think they'd actively stalk you. And this says, if a coyote takes your baby, just paint a tunnel on a wall and wait for it to knock itself out. What? A lad got attacked in Sweden or Finland. They slept outside because it was a clear night. A lone wolf attacked a boy, ripping it. Yeah, but it's the same again. A lone wolf, you know. It was. I would imagine that it was a starving wolf. You know, absolutely starving. You know, he's lost his pack. He's lost the ability to hunt efficiently. Do you know what I mean? I'd bet he was starving, and I think that's what the lone wolf would have done. But I don't think like horror stories should stop us doing what we like, what we enjoy doing. Like, you know, so what? Planes crash, but would it stop me from going on an airplane? No. Cars crash, would it stop me driving to somewhere I wanted to go? No. You know what I mean? Like I say, with the bears, you have to you minimize your chances of encounters, but it wouldn't stop me doing that I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? I really want to go to Florida at some point, go up to Clearwater and that, but there's all them sinkholes, but it's never going to stop me going to Florida just for a few sinkholes and that. It's yeah. I care release now. Tell you what, mate, kind of wish I was on a plane with the boys heading to Thailand or Australia. I reckon that has been used. He's had to use a VPN for Instagram because it's banned. What's that? What's happened to Ali? I don't know about his Instagram. I've not been keeping up with it for a couple of days. I don't know what's going on. She told us lone wolves are a danger, but wolves avoid as its instinct. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. It's their instinct. But like I say, if one is starving, then it would take a chance. Boxcar Willie, if I saw a wolf in the woods, I wouldn't poke that with a knife either. Only the roadkill ones. No, I won't poke it with a knife either. Although it'd be pretty cool to have a wolf hide, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah, that's it. Don't let your fears bloody rule your head. Do Just be sensible and just try and minimise encounters. That's what I'd do. Life's for living. Life's too short, isn't it? Too short to be scared and worried about all the shit that could happen. Just do when we were going to Sweden and we didn't know if there was going to be bears or wolves. Lily said to me, she said, "Dad, what are you going to do?" I said, "I'll just smear butter under Wayne's hammock every night, and they'll come and eat him and give the fat lad a chance to get away." So don't come camping with Kev if there's bears about, because you're getting bacon fat wrapped around in your sleeping bag. Thousands I can camp in America with brown and black bears around. There's little problem. I was watching these blokes the other day on YouTube, because it said a bear camp, and it turns out there's a few YouTubers and doing 30-day survival camp, and they can only eat or whatever what the forage or hunt or fish, and yeah, they put like a bit of a platform in the trees, and they had a grizzly 500 yards away, a massive male grizzly. But they was just all excited to see it. There was like wanting it to come in camp and have a look around and stuff. Always showing off their ass cracks and bonus sites. And then the boys and Lee are on a plane to either Thailand. I knew Ali was. I thought he was going to. I thought Ali was going to LA. I didn't know all the boys had gone. I think he's gone away for 3 months, hasn't he? Hey, Loafers here. We was talking about you last week. We missed you. All good stuff. We were just, where's Loafer gone? I don't know if you've been snowed in and lost internet or whatever. My New York buddy. There have been more bears in my suburban hometown than what I've seen in the wild. Yeah, coming in foraging dustbins, aren't they? Timothy Treadwell did okay. 13 years living with grizzlies before he got eaten alive. What was that one? There was one in Russia. Some woman in Russia kept a grizzly as a pet, and the next door neighbour come round and it struck her, and it pulled literally her face off. It pulled her face off. Sounds like he pushed his luck to a ridiculous level. Yeah, but it's even like it's a territorial thing, isn't it? You know, when Lily was a baby, well, not a baby, but when Lily was like a toddler, and we'd go to a friend's house visiting friends, and you know, they put the food out and the dog was feeding, and kids tend to want up to you know, stroke dogs or pull the tails and that. But I always, you know, even dogs can get snappy, you know what I mean, just when they've got a bowl of food in front of them. So it was always a thing. Like Lily was like, come away, let it eat, just leave the dog, you know, because even like household pets can be snappy when it comes to food or territory or anything like that. So yeah. One of my favourite programs as a kid was Grizzly Adams. Not sure why, because as I remember, he never did a lot. Can't even remember when went on it, to be honest. Only a matter of time, like Steve Irwin. Did they so on Nicolas Cage's? No, they didn't. I got to see live grizzlies in Arizona and could not believe the size, big as a van. Yeah, well, Lee was in Scotland the other day looking at polar bears. Even lions, though. When I was at the zoo, it's unbelievable how big lions are when they're 10 foot away from you. Sounds like me at home. I think Thunderbird's more deadly. Yeah, he was unlucky. He was unlucky with the stingray. Polar bears are big. I was watching another survival film the other day called Arctic, and the people rescuing someone had crashed a plane, and their helicopter crashed, rescuing him, killed the two pilots, and there was a female rescue person, Chinese, I think she was. Sorry about that. I think I lost you. Are we back? Just tap a 1 in the chat, everybody, if we're back. I just dropped out there. Yeah, he was just in this little cave and heard a scratching outside, and the big polar bear popped its head in the cave and tried to eat him. We're back. Yeah, sorry about that. That's the first time it's dropped off tonight. Don't know why it's still in there. Yeah, I wouldn't like to. I'll take my chances with a brown bear. I wouldn't really fancy it with a grizzly, but a polar bear, no. Which was it? Which nature show was it where they put him in a perspex box? It was in the Antarctic, I think, and they just put like a bulletproof box and just sat him in there. The cameraman or the host of the show just put him in there, and the polar bear was trying to eat through the box. I was just like, nope. That box would have stunk because I would have crapped my pants. I'm not that confident with animals in the first place. Even like I say, even with dogs and that, I don't have no confidence. When I used to deliver parcels, I used to go to this council estate in Hull, and there used to be a right vicious German Shepherd in the garden, and I just used to lob whatever the parcel was towards the front door, never go in the garden. Anyway, I was driving down the road one day, and I seen this dog, and there was like an old lady, and it jumped up and pulled a scarf and pulled her to the floor, and it was just chewing her up and gnawing her up on the floor, and I felt bad because I was a bit of a wuss, but I wasn't getting out of that van. This lady was getting chewed up, and I was still not getting out of the van. You know, all I could do was like ring the old bill and that. But nope, there was no way I was getting out. Gordon Buchanan, BBC cameraman. So you've seen it, Lee? It was crazy. I would not be sitting in there. Look at the YouTube films about Hercules the grizzly bear when he escaped in Scotland. Very interesting. Oh, I'll have a look after. You know, I was talking to camping the other week. I was wondering where to go. Went YouTube the other day, and they're 3 tents on the patch of green near my flats. And I'm worried about camping near a lake. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Last week's chat was talking about this 12 camps of the year sort of thing, or 12 different types of camps. I've not had much feedback either on I'd Rather Be Camping or the Woodland Campcraft Facebook pages. So I just wondered who was down, if anyone would wanted to set the challenge, because I don't want to put the legwork in and approach people and companies and all that for a prize or a sponsor, and then no one's interested in it. But it seemed like in the chat last week, a few people would be down to give it a shot. The 12 different types of camps challenge. You posted a reply. I know you did. I know a couple of people said it's easier to do it by May, but they didn't actually sign up and say, yeah, let's go for it. Here's my YouTube channel. You can watch the videos here to prove I've done it, sort of thing. But yeah, it'd be nice to see some of the YouTubers go for it, and then, you know, even if we get a company who say, right, we've got at the beginning of each video, blah blah blah, you know, just say, I don't know, elk kit, snug pack, or whatever. Just post a little something. You know, just a little something in front of the vid or whatever. I suggested a day camp being one of them. You didn't reply. Yeah, day camping doesn't exist. In my dictionary, in my brain, day camping, I don't care who does it, I don't care if the biggest YouTuber in the world does it. Day camping is not a thing. Camping is spending a night, overnight. That is camping. You have to sleep out overnight. That is camping. You can't go day camping because you didn't go to sleep. You didn't spend the night there, so it's not camping. You had a day out in the woods, or you had a day out on the hills, or you had a day at camp, but you didn't do goddamn day camping. And there we are. That's my view on that. No, because camping is overnight. You have to spend the night. What about pretend and back up? There's nothing wrong with a back garden camp. There's something wrong about pretending to do a back garden camp. They all went out for the day. I'd join you, but I might have a problem getting to you. What the bloody hell is day camping? Well, I don't know. It's sort of like started happening of like YouTubers mainly. It was mainly YouTubers like they go out, they go to the woods, they set up a hammock or like a tarp, have a little fire, cook a bit of dinner, and then they call it day camping. But day camping is not a thing. It doesn't exist. You had a day in the woods, or you had a day out, or you had a picnic, or there's no such thing as day camping. Why if you do it in the Arctic where it's sometimes dark in the day? It doesn't matter. You still have to spend the night. Night is still past midnight. If you day camp and have a nap but do an overnighter and get no sleep, which one is more legit camping? Do an overnighter with no sleep because you went from one day into the next. According to Wiki, day camps are known as summer camps in some areas, are geared to those who are of school age. We made a video on it once. I'm going to do an anti-day camp video, like a really parody one, I'm sure. Sounds like a cop-out to me. It is. Cop-out. There were some choice words in the comment section. I think I might have been from me commenting on that video. No such thing. Who thinks it's a thing? If you think day camping is a thing, type I'm a div in the side chat. I'm too lazy to pack it all away in the same day. And normally I'm too pissed to walk far. Owen for the win. What's Owen said? I can't see it. Oh yeah, about the school thing. Did anyone see English Woodland's vid last week asking what a sound was? Didn't see it. Paul says, no, Lee, what was the sound? I think he'd made a video like that before about a deer barking, wasn't it? I think he got a bit freaked out by deer barking. But to be fair, I think loads of people have got freaked out by deers barking. Yeah, fox. You meant Owen is all for day camping, just being a knob. Yeah, but I'm sure Owen only says it in jest, or Owen only says it to wind me up. I'm so tempted to make a day camping video now. I'm so tempted to unsubscribe to anyone that makes day camping videos. It better be a parody video if it is. I think we should all do it. Seeker deer have a very scary sound. Badgers, I've heard before, but in the description it said he didn't know because it's only his second ever wild camp. I was bemused. I like the sound of his foot made in the mud. Well, it was real. I asked him, I think it was last week or the week before, I asked him if it was really stuck and he reckoned he was. Sometimes I don't know if he's joking and he's comedy genius or if he's being real. He's either a comedy genius. It's Owen. Owen always watches his videos and comes and says, oh, look, what English Woodman's up to now. But he's got his, said, what did he say last week? He's got his camping head on now. He's just going to just concentrate on all his camping videos. So yeah, I think we should all do it. I think every single one of us should make a day camping parody video and just put them out. No one answered about the 12-day camp anyway. Has everyone seen the post, or does anyone want to know about it, or let me know. If not, it just looks like it's a thing between me and Gareth. We've had a few ideas though. We wanted to do that vintage camp once. That would sound, I still won't mind. Still won't mind that. Not seen the post. Well, basically what it is, Lee, we was talking about it in the chat last week about different types of camps, and we was like, well, why don't we set ourselves a challenge as YouTube creators or video creators, like see if we can name a few and see how many we can knock off in the year. So there's like beach camping, woodland camping, urban camping, bivvy camp, canoe camp, island camp, or whatever. There's 12 different ones. And then I thought what we could do, like, because I did 12 because a lot of people probably only get out once a month or whatever, or if people are struggling, like a canoe camp and an island camp, they can combine the two. Do you know what I mean? So, well, you know, I ticked the list. I slept on an island and I got there by canoe, so it's technically, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 12 separate camps. Or there's cave camping, and you might want to, you know, you probably could say you could bivvy in the camp, in the cave. And it was just an idea to give us all as creators an idea of putting some videos out there, you know. And then at the end of the year, say, we could arrange a meet in my woods, or arrange a meet on a site, and just sort of do like it. You know, we can all vote on who thought was the best video of the year of the camp, or you know, who did the best set of videos, and everyone just voted on each other. You know, maybe have a prize or two for. You know, and just have a Christmas meet next December, and a bit of a drink and a bit of a, you know, just an idea for us to put videos out and then socialize at the end of the year, sort of thing. It was, but you know, it was just an idea. 12 camps in 12 years. Did I say that? I meant 12 camps in 1 year. Cave on an island by a canoe. Yeah. 3 in 1. But yeah, well, not everyone. I'm lucky. I'm not in a relationship or like that, so I can just up and go when I want. And I take Lily in practically every camp, don't I? So, you know, other people have, you know, like Gareth and Zoe probably only have like one opportunity in the month, and then people like Ben Yorkshire Wonder and stuff like that, they don't, you know, they've got the family ties, and so they might only get out, you know, every couple of months. So it was just see how many you can hit. Plus a lot of people said they wanted to get out camping, so it was an idea. It was ideas for people to motivate them to get back out and get back into it. And a lot of us stopped being regular with even uploading, so it was a chance for us, some ideas for us all to upload again. So I was trying to kill a few birds with one stone, shall we say. and try and do them all in one vid and go for it. Boxcart Willie needs to go now because of the drinking glass. Got to get up for work. Yeah, it's a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully we'll see you again same time next week. And yeah, see you. Have a pleasant dreams and all that. Didn't add up. What didn't add up? What have I missed? Can I count Van Camp and Caravan Camp? That's two different types. They weren't even on the list. Caravan Camp was never going to be on there, and Van Camp I thought was a bit unfair because people would have to go out and spend 10 grand to 10 grand to go get a van or whatever. I didn't think that was fair on people. What's the 12 location list? Oh, the 12 location is your choice, but you know, try and find a camp, try and find a cave. You know, that's one camp. Try and, you know, find a beach. It wasn't everyone had to hit the same spot. It was just, you know, everyone goes out and makes a video at their cave that they find, or at Woodlands that they find, or whatever. You know, it doesn't have to be the same location for everybody. Well, it'd been boring. But what I was going to do is was going to share all the videos through the two Facebook groups. So I'd rather be camping and Woodland Campercraft Facebook groups, and you know, just try and boost a few views, boost a few subscribers, and just get people chatting in the groups. I know I've not put a lot of effort into my Woodland Campercraft group, and it's got a bit stale. The same couple of YouTubers keep keeping the channel going. Basically, there's Dan Camp Life Bushcraft, a couple of the Northeast lads, I think. They've just been keeping the page going while I've not put much effort into it, and yeah. I mean, is there a specific list of camps to do? Yeah, there's 12. Right, let me try and think of them all off the top of my head. Oh, in fact, let me just bring the Facebook page up. 1 second. There's 12 camps. I'll shout them out in a minute. Woodland Campercraft. There. Oh, it's taking a minute. Right. So number 1 is cave camp. Sleep overnight somewhere in a cave. It's pretty self-explanatory. Number 2 is a woodland camp. Sleep overnight in a forest or woods using whatever gear you choose. Number 3 is a bivvy camp. Sleep overnight in a location of your choice. Must use a bivvy bag on the ground. No. Right, I've just copied that off the Facebook group, because I think opening that page what was making me lose connectivity. So I'm just gonna, I think it'd just be easier if I just copy and paste it into here. No, I can't, because you're only allowed 200 letters. But yeah, opening that other Facebook page on my browser slowed my phone down. Right, okay, catch you all later. Yeah, see you later, Lee. I must have been off Facebook for 4 months. I'm not on Facebook anymore. Right. I don't know how I'm going to share this. I don't know how I'm going to share it, because it's only, I've got 1,188 characters and it will only let me share to 100. But yeah, so it's cave camp, bivvy camp, canoe camp, beach camp, island camp, tarp camp, urban camp, £10 pound shop camp. So that was Bruce's idea. You go into the pound shop and buy any 10 items that you want to take camping, but you're only allowed to use them. So if you buy a tarp for £1, knife, fork, spoon, whatever, you're allowed to take a 2-litre bottle of water for that one, and your backpack, so they don't count. So it's £10 apart from your water in your backpack. Also a 5-item camp as well. and it's the same with that. 2 litre bottle of water and the backpack can be taken. And then number 12, the last camp, is the Creator's Choice camp. So this is camp anywhere you want, doing what you want, but try and make it as fun, bizarre, or whatever you can. So yeah, 12. I should probably timestamp that, shouldn't I? 1:30, say 1:30. Post these in WhatsApp. Yeah, not everyone's got WhatsApp though. You'll never know. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just catching up with comments. I must have gone, but I'm back. The first couple of times it's unnatural to feel a bit on edge, but it soon wears off. Oh, hang on. I've just done something. I've just unmodded. I think I've just unmodded Andy for some reason. It wasn't on purpose. Post these in WhatsApp. I never know. Yes, Barbara. Copy and paste it on my WhatsApp. TA lover. What's that all about? Dave says you're right. I'm just going to head out and I'm just going to head out and get on with it. Yeah, just everyone gets panicked. The first time I did the Woodland camp, it was unbelievable how much more noises you hear when you're not in a group. Every single creak or every single twig hitting the ground, it sounds like someone would jump out and murder you. Sounds a good idea. Been meaning to do a canoe camp, an island camp this year anyway. Yeah, I bought the canoe last year. I bought an inflatable, and I used it a few times down the river and that, but I never actually camped with it. So it's something I really want to do. Trying to find an island though, it's not that easy. I mean, we was looking all over the Lake District, and you'd think it would be easy, but it's not. One of the things is parking. It's one of the things with the Lake District, isn't it? It's finding somewhere to park and then carry in your crap. Not a TA lover. TA lover like thanks. UK is an island. No, I meant an island in a small island in a body of water. See, everyone's already trying to get out of it already. Everyone's already coming up with the excuses. TA lover, is that, are we talking about TA outdoors, or I don't know what TA lover is. What I'll probably end up doing is not sleeping, enjoying the fire too much. Yeah, well, I think I've said it before in the chat, but you wouldn't have been around. But I did there was a little woodland near me, not my local permissive woodland that I go to, but just a little tiny one. And I went in and I was loving it. I took a 6-pack of beer and I set up. I'd got my fire going. I'd supping a few beers, got in my hammock, put my earphones on, took my earphones out, and I heard 2 girls laughing, and it freaked me out. It was it was freaky, but it was just, there must have just been on the dirt track at the side. But you know, when you just took earphones out, and it was just like, it was like, what the hell is that? Glenn's got a river in Norfolk to do and have an island, Oulton Marsh, to camp on. And there you go. Gareth's got the first 10 down. What's he got to add to that? The 5-item challenge and the Creator's Choice challenge. That's the only 2 to that, what Gareth's put on. Owen. Oh, Tar. I thought it was on about TA. I thought it was on about someone TA Outdoors are doing something similar. I'm sure you've just spent the whole chat just looking at my chin. Yeah, Soz missed those. Yeah. But like what I'm trying to say, it just gives us a list to go at. I mean, we can still all, if someone only does 6 of them and then still wanted to meet up at the end of the year and have a chat about them and or whatever, it was just ideas. Or people can add to it now. People can add sub ideas. I just wanted to get us buzzing, and like it'll give us some. Last week, I don't know. Well, I know a couple of people noticed I was just dead in the water. I couldn't talk even for an hour. I kept going silent. I didn't know what to talk about, and I just thought it would give us something to chat about in the weekly chats. If someone come in and said, "Oh, I did the canoe camp this week, Kev," and then we could talk about it, and the chat was just stale. Whereas this week, we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. It's been flowing a lot better and a lot easier. But last week it was just dead. I even said to Gareth, I said, I'm going to come up. I said to Gareth in the WhatsApp, I said, I'm going to come up with a safety word. If I say this safety word, you've got to come and help me in the side chat. It means I'm stuck for something to say. Not sure I fancy an urban camp. Well, it doesn't have to be on the high street in a tent. It can be some like old abandoned derelict building, or close to it. I don't know. It was just something. It was just something a bit different, something out of your comfort zone. Some people would never sleep in the woods by themselves. Some people probably might not sleep down the beach. So like you, I'm not like an urban camper, shall we say, but I don't know. It's just something different, just to test ourselves. What's the safety word? I forgot. We never actually said a safety word because you said there's a time delay, so it probably would have been useless. And I think you're right. Just did a good one years ago, though. Busy park in middle of London. Yeah, I don't even mean like that. I meant like not urban in a park where you might get stabbed. I meant just like an old abandoned building or something like that. Red, Gareth, always red. Yeah, so yeah, it'd be interesting to, it would just be nice just to get like a community, like it trending a little bit. Like if I don't know, Kent Survival decides his intro might be part of the 12 camp challenge, and then someone else would be like, oh, I quite fancy that. This is my creator's choice camp or whatever, and this is part of the 12 camp challenge. And then people was, a bit like, what was that meat one that went around? I think Carlisle tagged me in it, but I never got around to doing it. But just something for the year, just something a bit new, and just gives us something to go at, as creators. Whatever. See if we're going to go it in. Yeah, Dave, that's it. I could do it, but it'd be summer, just take my hammock, go and do a sneak in somewhere. But the only thing is that conflicts with 2 channels, though. That's the problem. So I'd have to do the madness as one video for the other channel, and then do the camping side of it for this. But we had Show As You Meet challenge, and then we had the ice bucket challenge and all the rest of it. And this year I want it to be the 12 camp challenge. That's what I want it to be. Gonna have to change the merch. I've changed the logo slightly now. I've got rid of the knife and got rid of the axe. So and changed the font of the writing. So I'm gonna have to change the merch, the old merch. I say merch. This is one of one. Show As You Meet challenge. You must have missed that one. You're a liar. You was part of it. You did it. I think Carlisle tagged me, and he tagged you as well. How about a hashtag for Instagram? Yeah, we can make it for the 12 camp challenge hashtag. Obviously, people outside the UK, especially people that's not YouTubers, they can hashtag it. Lucky I've got a macro lens, Gareth, in case I get tagged. Oh, that was show as your meat. Oh, show as your steak. I thought it was show as your meat. Pervert. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, show as your steak, not show as your meat. Show as your steak. I'm sure people didn't just do steak though. I'm sure people did joints of pork and all sorts. Zoe's laughing now. She's been quiet all night until I make a fool of myself, and then she's laughing at me. She's a wrong one. Show us your veggie burger. Oh, that's just nasty. That just sounds like really rank. Show us your veggie burger. Right, well, I'm stumbling again now, and I'm struggling for stuff to say. Show us your best vegan dish. I don't think there is a best vegan dish. I don't think there's a decent vegan dish going, is there? Although I'm dying to cook for Zoe one time. I really want to cook her a vegan sweet and sour with rice. I like cooking for people, and I think Zoe's the only one I've not cooked for, who I've camped with. So yeah, sweet and sour. Maybe I'll do it for you, Zoe, in the Lake District in April. Vegan sweet and sour. The best vegan dish is the one that someone else is eating. I don't think that sweet and sour. I think that'll be fine. It's that tofu. I don't think I could ever. I've not even tried it. I gotta get thinking about it. It better if we spend the night anyway, because it's going to be a pain in the arse getting there. Just thinking ahead of a few other ideas I've had. You're a good cook, Kev. Cheers, B. Didn't realise you were still around in the chat, bud. You do a good barbecue, B. I think that's the only reason I've got any camping mates, because I get up in the morning and just cook everyone a fry up. You know, I just like cooking for people. I don't do it at home. Lily's so much of a fussy eater, and she only eats bland stuff that I can never be creative. So when I'm camping, I just like to cook. Take care of your pals, you know what I mean? Give them a fill. I've done some monster burgers and fed Paul. I've done Mountain Man breakfast. I think that fed Paul as well. Fed Gareth. Who else in the side chat? I've done stuff for B. Don't think I've done. I think I've done fajitas for me and Lee before. Big Lee at Edale. I'm not sure if I did anything for Albion camping at Edale. I can't remember. Who else have I cooked for? I'm going too far up. Can't see who else in the chat. Breakfast is boss. Vegan camp sounds interesting. Looks like a survival situation for most of us. There's that old saying, isn't there? What was it? Vegetarian, ancient word for someone that can't hunt or fish. You did me a pot noodle once. That was nice. Shut up. And your punch is good. My punch is bad. The punch was too bad. I reckon I lost my job because of that punch. I reckon that remember the Polish lad, Bart, there was at Edale, and he come and brought that bottle of vodka, didn't we? And we chucked it in the pot and didn't save him any. And I think it was him that grassed me up at work that I took a day off to go Edale and I lost my job. Because that punch. You blew your big pipe at his girlfriend. Paul, that's terrible. Terrible. Yeah, well, I'm gonna knock it on the head. Thanks for all the likes and dislikes. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up. It helps me move up YouTube's ladder. Helps get the channel out. I might advertise it because I always forget, but we should still be running next week at 8 o'clock again. Every week, unless the week before I say it's not going to be on, there should be a chat. So put it in your diaries, set an alarm, make sure you're all up to date, and yeah, let me know about the 12 camp challenge. Tag me in it on Instagram, on the Woodland Camp and Craft Instagram. I have got control of that account after about 14 months. I am back in control of that account. It took some serious hard work, but it was I have got it back. Thank you all for joining me. Thanks for listening to me waffle on, and yeah, we'll catch you next week, guys. And I've got to turn it off. Peace out.